All right. First come, first serve, right? First time for everything. So we might as well crank shank this thing up. Go ahead and share a little bit. Let these folk know I'm straight live because it's all the way live. Don't. We're about to get into some daily card reminders. I know this shit might look a little crazy to you, but it's all good. It's all the way live. Don't. All right, so first off, let's get what we're talking about out the way. This is cosmology astrology, at some of its finest, you know, at some of its finest. Now, I can't really come on this one video and talk to you about, well, I probably could, but it would never end for about 3 weeks since we got the three out there. I can't really talk to you about like how all this stuff connects in one video, though, being realistic, right? You're going to have something to do. I'm going to eventually have something else to do. So just know, if you feel like it's too Romanized for you, like it's too Romanized for you, you want more of the Kemetic or the Yoruba, you just have to watch some of the other my videos. I have different videos on Facebook. Sometimes I go into that type of stuff. Sometimes I don't. You just have to catch it. A lot of times it's just mixed in. At any rate, Sun is traveling right now, rather, through Scorpio. I know you might think it's Libra or you might think it's Sagittarius. I don't know what you think, but I'm just going off. The Sun is in Scorpio right now. For what we know of is Scorpio, right? 8th sign. This is the Sun card for today. 3 of clubs. Now, some of these readings start to kind of like run like concurrent in a sense, like they're running right beside each other. Like it seems like he keeps saying the same thing. This is because just like earlier this past week, rather, we had the 7 of clubs Sun card. We had the 7 of clubs Sun card, had the 9 of hearts Moon card. Today's Sun card is the 3 of clubs, and then the life path plays out like this, which those cards pop up. So you can start to see some patterns in the card energy when you're looking at this stuff. I'm just letting you know. All right, there are patterns. So you might see something like, oh, well, he was talking about those 2 or 3 cards earlier, but now they're attached with different planets, different entities, right? All to make people's minds and brains work differently so that we can come up with the best solutions. That's really what it's for, right? Because all of this is nothing more than like an outline of the brain in a sense, kind of exoterically, just the outline of the brain and how the brain works. And all of these different signs and planets that rule it and degrees and shit is just all functions of the brain, how the brain works. These are the gods, goddesses. These are the Netaru. In action. But we don't really say gods in a sense, right? Not in ancient times. And the Netaru were dealing more with like sciences, not so much as gods, like, oh, God. No, oh, science. That's what you say. Oh, my science. Sun card, 3 of clubs. Interesting. It's the writer's card. Also the 3 of wands when it comes to the tarot deck. Element is fire when it comes to wands. Let me read a little bit about this 3 of wands. Let's see what their picture is for. Because they got 3 clubs right here. It deals with communication, the mind, knowing how to speak, your intelligence in a sense. And the 3 of wands. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. You are a powerful, well-structured personality. Your wealth of ideas, energy, and momentum are combined with adventure and a willingness to make a difference. The card stands for respectable work. It also represents the many goals that you still embrace, and the joy of new things. It can say to you, what are you waiting for? Of what should you be afraid? Let's go. An idea is only good as what you make of it. Look straight ahead. Depend on the strength and integrity of your plans. Embark to new shores. Strengths and weaknesses of this sunny, fiery card depend on whether downsides are detected and removed or are suppressed. Other than the fire colors, red and yellow, not many colors are available. As with the Emperor, a problem can also be expressed here, a fear of contrast and shadows. So that pure superficiality prevails and a sense of aimlessness or helplessness ceases, for they know not what they do. It is important to live consciously and to be careful. Live consciously and careful. A love tip for this card energy. Now is a good time for you to learn to bring color into your everyday life and get to know new people. Others also come toward you with spirited energy, but do not rush. View the proposals carefully. If you know what you are doing, you can do what you want. Oh shit, if you know what you're doing, you can do what you want. I got to give thanks for that. Because I know what I'm doing on this spiritual stuff. I know what I'm doing on this spiritual stuff. So I guess I'm going to, hey man, I'm doing what I want. I don't even guess. Stay patient and firm in your will. Do not be inhibited by obstacles, but inspired. That's interesting. That's real interesting. Interesting. I can see an eye in here in the middle right there. Making sure I see what I want to do. Interesting. Interesting. And then, of course, the moon card for today. 5 of hearts. A heart. Yeah, the 5 heartbeats is a house of love. I wonder what these people are like when they're in their right mind. When I take this club sign card and this moon heart card and I calculate them together, I wonder what card is going to pop up then, just to kind of see who are these people. Because I can see a little bit of this happening with me. That would be interesting to find out too. I'm thinking about some other stuff right now out loud, random thoughts, what I'm having. Because the moon card for today is my sun card. So yeah, I'm kind of getting some bright ideas over here about calculations. But yeah, the moon card is the 5 of hearts. Lets me know a lot of communication with the dad, even if you all don't talk. Or it could be worry. You know, you're worried about your dad because you never met him. Just know that they're always thinking about you. You know, I'm sure you're always thinking about them. Maybe 3 times out the year it hits you where you're thinking about your father. There's a lot of love with the mom because the moon card, the Aset, right? The Yemoye card is the 5 of hearts as far as the energy attached with it. And so, yeah, there's a lot of love. Changes, though, when it comes to that love. Short distance travels when it comes to that love. Maybe you and your mom love taking trips together. I can see that kind of happening, too, in the grand scheme of things. But who are these people when they right mind? Maybe we'll find that out a little bit later in the video. When these people start to communicate, they're communicating with the power of the 3 of spades, aka the 3 of swords, moon card, aka the 5 of cups. When they start to communicate, they are communicating with the 3 of spades, 3 of swords energy. That's how intelligent they are. This is partly how intelligent they are. Because this is only the card. We don't know where this Mercury's at, what it's conjunct with, right? Eshu. We don't know what Eshu is conjunct with in these people's charts. The Venus card is the 9 of hearts. Oh, shit. You got to just wait. You got to wait and wait. You're just waiting on the universe to give you that right love. It never fails, though, unless you out there just taking risk and, you know, you making choices based on worry because you got some 3 energy doubled up in your chart. That could cause for a lot of concern in you. I won't say worry, but let's just say concern. Some heavy concerns. If you're not being creative enough to deal with them. All right. You might start to have some real deep concerns about, does the universe love you? Is anybody out there listening? Is anything out there listening? Just something to think about. Mars card is the 7 of clubs, doing things in the spiritual way. And the Jupiter card is the 5 of diamonds, expanding by changing your values. Maybe your values are all out of whack. Once you align your values to how they need to be and stay flexible, maybe money is going to come in more. Maybe you expand more on the job. You need to do things, though. You need to do like yoga, meditation, study astrology, read books, palm reading, all that kind of stuff, because you have Mars. So every time you do something, you're doing it based on it's based on the spirit. I don't even know what else to tell you on that. It's the 7 of Wands. You waving the wand every time you do something. It's like waving the wand 7 times. Presto! I want to go and do this. Presto. You are already doing 7 different things at once. 7 magic tricks at once. It's like, that's what it is when you're doing things. It's like doing 7 tricks at once. Pulled the rabbit out the hat, made the plane disappear, brought the other person back to life, saw the other person in half, showed them where the card was because they were still trying to find the card with the which side is the card on. You're doing 7 tricks in one when you're doing stuff all the time with this Mars energy. And this is part of your energy, Mars, because again, we don't know what Mars is sitting with, what is conjunct with all these other things, the degrees for you. I don't know. I'm just giving you a little bit about what's going on here. Okay. As far as your life spread, these are not your 52-day card, planetary cards. These are like cards that are with you all your life. So this Venus card right here, or Mercury card rather, 3 of Spades, is with you all the time. This ultimately is how you communicate, your intelligence rather. This Venus card is ultimately how you love, in part, but ultimately, this is how you love. It's a large chunk of how you love. This Mars card has a lot to do with when you do things. If you don't feel a spiritual connection with it, you don't want to do that shit. This Jupiter card changes. If you're not changing those values, you're not allowing those values to change or what you want, really getting in touch with what you want so you can expand. That means you're going to have to change some things. You might have valued something before, but now you need to change it. That's how you're going to expand. If you're not doing that, you might have some restrictions going on, causing you not to really master yourself, which is your Saturn card, the Queen of Spades. So just a little bit in and out, in and out, in and out with the cards. A little bit, a few of the cards for today, right? Just a few of them. All right, we read the Sun card for today. You can go back and do a lot of research. A lot of people talking about stuff like this. I just came on here real quick to do a little something and sample it out, see what I'm dealing with. All right, talk to y'all in a minute.